Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about just where I've been, what homeschool has been looking like, and just the direction that I want to go in moving forward with how we're learning at home. So the first thing is the weekly reviews. I still want to do those, but I think that I need to figure out a format that works so it doesn't feel like overwhelming to have to recap everything that we did or any just kind of constraints that I put on myself that make me not want to film it. I'm going to try to figure out how to do that and make it just more easy and more fun so you guys can still get an idea of how I'm spending the weeks with them, but it's just not something that's overly complicated that I have to spend a lot of time putting together because that is going to cause me not to do it. And so where are we right now with school? I've realized that I really like Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. So I'm definitely going to keep that as a staple. And there's so much that I've read about that says, like, all the other subjects. I don't know for so much I've read. Maybe it's like different videos that I watch. But, anyways, like, there's so many things that we can learn just as we live our lives. Like, oh, we can learn fractions while we're cooking, or we can learn numbers by just counting leaves and trees, or any of those things. But the only thing that we don't naturally learn is reading. So I definitely want to keep that as kind of like that's the lesson that we make sure that we do. Maybe I'm going to make sure that we do it 2 to 3 times a week. I have not fleshed all this out, but this is just the direction I want to go in. Maybe we do that 2 to 3 times a week. Maybe for my 3-year-old, it's a little bit lighter. For my 5-year-old, he does perfectly fine sitting down to do it. Maybe for my 3-year-old, I cut it out completely. I'm not sure yet, but I definitely want to keep incorporating learning phonemic awareness. Okay, I'm not a teacher. I think it's called phonemic awareness. But keep incorporating that into their regular routine. And then the other subjects, I have to let it go. Even with math, I was doing something as simple as reading a lesson a day in like a math storybook kind of thing. And I don't like it no more. I don't want to do it. I was doing that, setting up a sandpaper number for them to trace. I was getting out counters for them to get familiar with what that number looks like, counting it out, and I just don't want to do it. I didn't like it. I would much rather them learn counting, what the numbers look like in just a more organic way. I just started not to like it and not want to do it. So where am I going? The direction that I'm going in now, I think is going to be unit studies. And so I've obviously seen the huge community of unit study learners, homeschool learners online, and it just seems very interesting to me. It seems like fun for the kids. It seems like it will be fun to put together. And something that I'm going to be using that I'm kind of excited about is I'm going to be using ChatGPT to help me build the unit study. So I've already put together my first unit study, which is going to be dinosaurs, because my boys really like dinosaurs. And I just asked ChatGPT to put together for me like a dinosaur unit study where we're going to be focusing on some phonemic awareness in there, history, some science, some math, and even without asking, ChatGPT incorporated some movement. And so we haven't like started officially. I think I'm going to start it this week. Part of it that I already did was the movement activity, and I'm going to share with you guys what the activity was because I thought it was really cool. So for the movement, ChatGPT kind of suggested, and I had to ask it more questions to kind of flesh out more examples of it in different dinosaurs. But it gave a certain dinosaur and then it gave a movement that would be associated with that dinosaur. So let's say the dinosaur is a pterodactyl, and the movement that they would do would be to flap their wings like a pterodactyl. Or the dinosaur was a T-Rex, and the movement would be to stomp around like a T-Rex. And my kids really, really liked it. Something they already like to do are like kind of movement workout videos that I find on YouTube. And it was just a great way, I think, for them to still get that movement, run around, have fun, stomp, roar like a dinosaur without having to have the screen time. Those activities are personally something that I can tolerate as far as screen time goes, but screen time is just not my favorite. I think there's just too many different examples that I've seen of it just not being great for the development, it making it just taking away that ability for them to be bored and kind of work out um what their imagination can come up with to do or play with or create or whatever. And so I'm going to try to, as we're going through the dinosaur unit study, to get footage of what we're working on, some of the activities that they came up with. Oh, and that was the other thing, and the thing that I really like about ChatGPT, because obviously there are tons and tons and tons of unit studies online, but I now, maybe when I'm a little bit more seasoned and I have the time to kind of put things together and make whole kits and crafts and worksheets. First of all, I don't like worksheets, so maybe not worksheets, but I asked I I asked ChatGPT to make it very simple. Like one of the activities was like have them excavate for fossils. Did I say excavate? Whatever. Have them look for fossils, dig for fossils, and you can make fossils by getting plaster and covering dinosaurs. And I said, wait, whoa. Let's make this, let's do that, but let's do a simpler version of that. And so the simpler version that ChatGPT came up with was to just bury some toy dinosaurs and have them dig the dinosaurs up. Fine, perfect, love it, amazing. And so I'm looking forward to using that to build the unit studies, even though it's not more work, but it's different work because instead of having something that someone has already set up, I now have to build it myself. But thankfully I had ChatGPT, and I just appreciate a little direction. If I needed to be simpler, if I needed to be which is something that I asked it for kindergartner and a toddler and a pre-K student, then it was able to give me different variations of that activity that I can incorporate and make fit what I have the time, capacity, energy, my kids can understand to be able to do. And I think just in general, I'm realizing I'm a lot more of a hands-on homeschooler. I already knew that I didn't want to do worksheets necessarily, but my version of hands-on is very simple. If it's too complicated, I'm not going to want to do it. If I need 10 million supplies, I'm not going to want to do it. For instance, I got playing preschool for I think last year. So when my kindergartner was in pre-K, I got playing preschool, and she even says like there's not a lot of setup. I'm sorry, it wasn't a ton of setup, honestly, but there was still setup, and I think sometimes it was just too much. Now, maybe if I become more organized in this area and can plan ahead, look ahead to what the next activities are for the week, and I can prep all of it in advance, okay, maybe that would be different. But if we're talking about night before, 2 days before, I'm having to tape things down and find different things, like I'm just not going to do it, and I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do the activity for that day. And so another thing about that program that wasn't my favorite, and maybe for some people it's not a barrier, but for me it kind of was that she labels each day with the day of the week. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I think it was every day of the week, which I'm not homeschooling every day of the week. And for me, it became like a barrier to move forward, which I'm sure is just in my head, but I don't know if other people have the same like thought process as I do. But if it was Monday and I didn't do the Monday activity, I was planning to school on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, for instance, then now I'm like, where does Monday go? I can't skip Monday because she sets up the first book of the week on Monday. I don't know. So it just wasn't necessarily for me, and I'm sure I can go back through it and pick out some activities as needed whenever we do the units, and just to get some ideas and inspiration. But as far as the main curriculum for my pre-K or my toddler, I just it just didn't, I just don't think it's going to work for me. It didn't work for my pre-K, for my kindergartner, and I just don't think it's the right fit for me. I think I'm a lot more of a fluid person. I do like the idea of creating the version that works for us and my family, and being able to go on from move forward from there. So hopefully this encourages you guys and inspires you guys. I just wanted to give you a layout of where I'm going, where I'm thinking about going. I'm also planning to post some of the content, so please follow, and I'll probably do those little snippets in shorts. So make sure you're following me so that you see those things. And also, I hope it inspires you to try using ChatGPT in your homeschool. Let me know below. I would love to know, the people that are watching me, are you also homeschooling? What grade are your homeschoolers in? Grade, I know, use that loosely. Maybe how old are they? Um, and what else you would want to see from me. I feel really excited about this unit study direction, because I just feel a little less boxed in. I don't have to have a specific structure for a certain day, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.